Hi Scorpio, welcome to the Oysteress. This is going to be a message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm also getting, if you have Scorpio as a Pluto placement, this is definitely for you. As well as this being an overall collective message, I am getting that it heavily connects to the last overall collective message that I did. So if you haven't listened to that, definitely tap in if you feel like you are being called to based on the title. Again, never take anything that is not your story, that doesn't fit with you. Only take what you feel matches your energy, what matches what you're going through, and connect and receive messages and kindness and care through that. Leave whatever else does not fit with you. Never try to make anything else fit. But yeah, this is ultimately a Scorpio collective reading. I'm energetically getting that it is a heavy energy right now in regards to relationships. It could be in regards to work relationships, your connections at work, perhaps you and your job specifically. It could be family members, but I am more so getting romantic relationships. So obviously you can continue to tune in. Just want to give a little bit of a preface in regards to what I'm feeling and the downloads and messages I've been getting throughout the week before today, to channel your message and connect with you. So we're gonna get it started and tap in. So, angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God love commits me here, ever this day be at my side to light and guard, protect and guide. So there's a couple things that I've been getting. I feel like there's a heavy emphasis on needing to get out of a place in which you feel stuck in. Something so heavily about, I was getting Batman, like from Bane, which is, I believe, The Dark Knight Rises. Emphasis on that title there, but I specifically was seeing the scene where Bane was trapped in that sort of like brick tunnel, but I'm seeing like almost like a diving board in a pool, but the bridge of the diving board and the feet of someone at the end of a diving board, almost like ready to take a leap of faith to like go in a new direction, and there's an obstacle there, but then there's that brick wall around them and someone looking up like in a way of, how do I get out of this? How do I move forward? Because there is a strong desire of wanting to get out, wanting to pursue better, to be in a more stable place, because I am feeling like the beam is a bit wobbly. It isn't as stable. But there's a difficulty in either facing this or being able to fully stand in that energy to take those actions. So a couple of the other messages that I was getting for you was something about waffles, but with that energy specifically, you know, with a waffle maker and you have the iron coming down on it, there's an emphasis of being under pressure here. So you might feel like there's a lot on you within whatever this relationship is, and it's almost like there's an imprint that it's made on you, to an extent of feeling like there's more responsibility, more obligation, more time, more of a point or something as to why you can't do something. You're definitely dealing with an energy of choice right now in regards to you needing to make a choice to do or not to do. I'm hearing, does he love me? Does he love me not? Like that flower picking thing. So it might be something that you're going back and forth with, male or female. This isn't specifically to one gender or another. It's just honestly, energetically, what fits you. I have here finding not even the silver lining, but the rainbow lining. I feel like whatever it is that you're dealing with, it's almost even hard to find solace or I'm hearing hope, which I hope not, but maybe just difficulty in finding a sense of peace or stability in where you are. And so it's less even about a silver lining, but a rainbow lining. If you think about a rainbow, there's different rays, different levels of beauty, of color, of peace, of vibrance from different directions, that you have to find all around you at this time in order for you to remain stable, in order for you to remain hopeful and full of faith for you to get out of the situation in which you're in. The other day I was also sitting at home and there was my neighbor who continuously kept honking their horn. Their car was boxed in. For whatever reason, they couldn't really get out of the space that they were stuck in on the block. And because of that, if you think of cars is chariot energy. It's also in reference to July, which is the number 7. And with that, the car being stuck in that spot tells me that you're stuck, that you couldn't get out. There's something about, again, movement here, necessary movement here, but not being able to go in a direction in which you need to, or in which you feel like you really want to get out of something. I also was getting the number 24. So something about the 24th or the 25th could have been significant in regards to an event taking place that either made you have a sort of outer body experience, or made you feel as if you were beside yourself, made you feel like you wish you could have been in different shoes or different circumstances for you not to have experienced what you did. But something either way definitely made you shook you in a way of wanting to truly leap out of a certain situation. Whatever this is at this time and always, it's not a time to retaliate. It's not a time for you to try and solve something on your own in regards to fixing someone else, changing the fate or scenario of another person's circumstance or your circumstance. It's only your responsibility to take care of you, what's best for you, and always be honest about that and your intention moving forward. We always allow God to handle whatever it is that we're dealing with and fight our battles for us. It is only, again, our responsibility to make sure that we're taking the right steps, that we're acknowledging both our wrongs where we've allowed ourselves to stay stagnant too long, as well as, confronting and having true, transparent conversation with who it is that we're dealing with, so that there is always clearance and nothing that is messy when we leave certain situations. Also, whatever this is, when you do leave, you're going to start to feel like yourself again within 9 days. So I'm getting that again, like there's heavy emphasis on whatever this is. It's been a buildup. And I mean, there's been a buildup since like June, end of June sometime, end of June sometime, that this has been happening. But there's an energy of continuously tripping on something. I had tripped on an extension cord also earlier today, this morning, but that's also like giving me an energy of you extending energy to something for far too long, and it's caused you to be in this cycle of like tripping. Like I'm hearing, you got me tripping, oh, stumbling, oh, fumbling, oh, start crazy 'cause I'm falling in love. But not necessarily in a way in which you need to be tripping. Also, no harsh judgment here. So just, again, receive what it is that you can, what it is that is connecting with you, leave what doesn't. Whoever this is or whatever it is that you're connected to might also act as a large distraction, specifically within your working life, your responsibilities, and whatever you feel like you need to focus on. I feel like there's a difficulty in your trying to focus on whatever it is whenever you need to. Okay. Shuffling for Scorpio. Again, go back to the 24th or the 25th. Check your camera roll, check your notes. I'm seeing ice cream melt on a cone. So something about it's not as pretty as it looks. Like if you think about an ice cream cone, rainbow sprinkles, it's really cute. You know what I mean? Everybody wants it, but it's really hard and difficult to keep up with because you definitely have to have a certain amount of attention with it and carry it and handle it in a certain manner in order for it to work out. Also hearing just not a great fit. Maybe something just wasn't a good fit. It was a little bit more difficult, which is totally fine. You know what I mean? Life is all about understanding, growing, seeing what does fit us, what doesn't. We can't also stay in situations that we want to because of what we feel like we want to do if that's not where God wants us to be. So be very careful of not sticking to your ego as well in regards to, you know, what you feel like you're supposed to be a part of, what time has attached you to, what circumstance and community has attached you to, what your reputation has attached you to, versus what your heart and your spirit feel good with. And if you're on the other side of this, you know, hopefully not trying to be manipulative in any sort of way to make someone stay in a space with you if that's not where that person wants to be. We all have free will. We're all able and allowed to do whatever it is that best suits us. But again, it is so important that we remain in our spiritual energy, our grounded energy, and not whatever it is that we want to do versus what it is that feels true. If there's any tension, any sort of friction in your mind and your spirit, that's you telling yourself that you need to pay attention to you and what best fits you, and that you're not doing it at that time. And whatever that conversation is, as difficult as it is to be transparent with ourselves, it's even more difficult to be transparent with someone else. So if we can't do that with ourselves, we won't be able to do that in our relationships. And if that's the case, we will be stuck where we are. You know what I mean? So take deep breaths. I'm hearing take your time. Always take your time. None of this is a race, but it is of acknowledgement. I'm hearing align your life and get grounded as I split the deck. So I do feel like you're kind of like in fragmented energy. Something definitely took place that doesn't feel good. I'm seeing a margarita shaker that you like when you put the ice in and you go like this. It's like you're waiting for something to like taste good, to feel good, to like lift you up, to put you in a certain energy. But at the end of the day, it kind of just be shaking you, kind of just be rocking you out of your spot. And again, and now I'm hearing, I want to rock with you all night, which is giving me, again, it's kind of like, almost like you're dealing with an energy, perhaps that you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, an air sign, someone very good with their words, someone that makes you feel like, I don't know. I'm kind of just getting an energy of like a sweet talker. Like they can make their story fit, and then you'll be like, okay, like I'll stay a little bit longer. Okay, I'll stay a little bit longer. And then you end up tripping 6 more times. Shuffling for Scorpio. 7 here on my computer battery, 77. That's a warning. Shuffling for Scorpio. That came out so crazy. Shuffling for Scorpio. I'm seeing someone sitting at a windowsill with it raining outside, and they're literally just sitting looking out the window while it's raining. Like they're just sad, almost waiting for something better to happen, going back to that rainbow energy. Oh my God. You see how the cards keep jumping up, but then they go back in the deck? It's like wanting to jump out your skin, wanting to jump out of a situation, wanting to say something, wanting to make a better turn, but like you keep going back to something. I'm seeing the game when you're a kid, Dave and Buster's, I don't know, like whatever those big places are that have the games where you have to hit the mole. Is it called mole hole or something? Where you hit the mole for it to go back into the hole. It's like it keeps popping up and you keep trying to like put something back, but like it's like, surprise. I'm back. Shuffling for Scorpio. Oh my Atlanta. You have Keepers of Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So if you think about it, when I say, God, what do you have for me? Spirit, what do you have for me? You know what I mean? You have all of these different layers of life. Your aunts who have passed before you, your grandparents, your cousins, uncles, all of your ancestors, people within your lineage who were in this life before you, or it's like your angels that are here with their wings who have already transcended in levels in which you have not made it to yet, who are able to watch and cover you at all times, right? So it's like you're sitting here praying to them, give me guidance, give me healing, give me wisdom. You see the elephants here? Give me the wit and the ability to move and maneuver in a way that's not sneaky, but that's careful, so that I can watch my steps in the way in which I need to. There's also eagles here at the top of this card, and eagles represent wisdom and having a bird's eye view in a way in which you are in ascent. You're able to see things from a larger picture. It's also giving that out of the box energy of putting yourself outside of a situation. You know what I mean? Like, what would you tell your friend if your friend was in this situation? What would you advise them? How would you help them in regards to giving them delicate love and helping them push forward, but also fully, you know, being transparent about where they are and what would be best suited for them in regards to moving forward. Then you have Align Your Life, which is the card that already came out when we first started shuffling. It says, what is not aligned or needs to change? And there goes that fragmented energy. It's also giving me energy of like, if you were to stand in the mirror and you're standing in the mirror and you punched it and now it's a cracked mirror, it's almost like it hasn't physically harmed you, but in regards to how you're seeing yourself, how confident you are, how you feel like you're sturdy and still within your own space, that's not as prominent and doesn't exist so much anymore because of the energy in which you're dealing with. Again, this could be at work, this could be friendships, this could be a new environment. Perhaps you've moved recently and you just feel like you're not fitting so well within the space in which you're in, or you're around a community that you feel like doesn't get you so much. I am getting again that this is more so specific relationships, male, female, 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 male, male, transgender, doesn't matter. There's no discrimination here, please know that. But whatever it is, there's a huge emphasis on you taking a chance, taking a leap, moving forward, doing something for the betterment of you. And it's so important right now. It's not even funny. We're also in July still, which is Chariot energy. It is the number 7, which goes to completion and perfection. So it is definitely an emphasis on this cycle being completed right now before you go and have to repeat this for another several years, with the same scenario, different person, different place, different face, but it's still going to be the same lesson until you learn it over again. And then also we're in Leo now. You know, we were in the sign of Leo. Leo is all about action. It's all about illumination. It's all about your power, your independence, where you stand, the sort of choices that you're making. And then the moon just moved into Capricorn. So Capricorn is all about our pentacle, our physical, our stability, the investments that we're making, and how we're using those investments in our waking life to move in better direction. So with all of this happening at one time, us being in Leo season, us being in July, the end of July, to go into 8, which is also Leo energy. It's August, but 8 represents the Leo. So it's literally like wrapping up one cycle to go into another one to stand into your power. So by August 1st, this needs to be wrapped up. If it's not wrapped up, 3 days from now, 27th, technically the 30th. Yeah, 3 days from now, on the 30th, or 3 days from whenever you're seeing this, there's going to be like another shakeup that's going to illuminate it for you as to why you need to, I'm not going to say that, but like why you need to get out, why you need to get on. Then you have Council of Light here. It says divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Divine orchestration. This is what I'm saying. There's divine timing at play here. 12:22 on the clock as I say that. timing is so significant right now, not only because we're going into a month in which you're standing in your power and the moon is in Capricorn. That talks about all of your manifestations, your dreams, what you think about and keep to yourself that you want, that is of the positive. Okay? Now, I'm not talking to the people who are on the opposite side of this, who don't have good intentions, who aren't being, kind to others, who aren't doing what the best that they can within their waking life and are slighting others within their steps in order for them to get to the point in which they're going, or wanting to make cheat codes. That's not what this is. So, obviously make it make sense. But when you are living in your purpose, when you are trying to do right by you, trying to do right by others, trying to make sure you're on the up and up by way of having good intention, being honest, being pure, giving your heart in a way in which, is love for everyone, that is reciprocity in a positive manner. All of that and those intentions are creating I'm hearing a robust outcome and sort of abundance for you here, especially with divine orchestration. So that's also coming up because, again, this is something that's been going on too long. Too long. I just heard someone scream outside. There's also something about patience here. Like, I feel like your guides and your ancestors, God has been super patient, and obviously patience is always going to come. You can always be in any situation in which you allow yourself to sit in, and God and your guides and your ancestors will allow you to sit there until you decide to take the flower in which it is that they're giving you. There's been so many different scenarios in which, they're giving you certain cues and clues to help you in this situation, but it is up to us to take responsibility and accountability for things that have gone wrong, as well as a part that we've played, you know what I mean, and allowing things to take place and allowing people to take advantage of us and allowing too many chances and allowing too many, stories to let me see your side, let me justify, when sometimes that's not necessary. So it really is about, again, facing ourselves. This is always about us, not about the other person in regards to what's taking place in our lives. Everything is happening for us, not to us. So be very mindful as well in regards to where you're shifting that focus and why you're sitting in a scenario in which you're in. How did you get there? How long did you let them sit? How long did you let yourself sit in this situation? I'm also getting an energy of whatever took place that shook you up and that caused such a, I'm hearing shatter, something that really, 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 really stuck with you in that way, kind of made you feel like, how could you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? But the opposite side of that and the lesson in all of this, because life is all about lessons, right? And if we're able to reflect on them in the way in which receiving those, it's easier for us to take the next step. It's easier for us to understand that that's a purpose for our path versus something that happened to us that's a roadblock. It's only a roadblock if you decide to stay stuck because you don't want to see yourself in that situation. It's about your growth. And so in seeing what someone did to you, how you got in that scenario, okay, cool, you did that to me. How could you do that to me? That's great. Now you're seeing that you're someone who is of power, as we all are. You know what I mean? It just depends on how we hold that and what we use that for. We're using it for positive or negative. And in doing that, and you're seeing someone treating you in such a way, it should give you more power, more momentum, I'm hearing, to not allow something like that to happen again. For you to be able to move on into another space and feel like you will only be in certain places and circumstances in which match you. This is actually really crazy, I feel like this is getting really deep really fast. I feel like whoever you are, you're very conscious. You pay attention to, if not a lot of details, the details of yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like you're very observant. You might really be good at math. I don't know why I'm muting that. Yeah, I'm getting moving mountains, like mountains. Literally, I'm literally hearing moving out mountains. Mountains are moving and shifting for you in order for you to create a new life, for your life to literally look and feel in the way in which you deserve it to, that you've been working for it to. But it's almost like you're working with someone who, wow, King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I said a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might be working with someone who like works with you underhandedly. Going back to that business partner energy, you could be working with someone who it's like you guys work together, but now you're finding out, well, behind closed doors, they're low-key like taking a bigger cut than they're supposed to. You're hanging out with friends and we all hang out together, but low-key, like every time Sally goes with Billy, Billy and Sally like create their own plan to be trying to leave Marco out. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is. Shuffling for Scorpio. Heavy energy on the masculine energy. If you're a masculine, this message is definitely for you. Also going back to it not being gender specific, you could also be a woman heavily standing in your masculine energy, taking on both roles. There's a lot of friction. A lot of friction. This time, this period is all about removing ourselves from scenarios and situations that don't fit us, and alignment coming together for true matches. And true matches is in a way of what is in direct alignment with our morals, our values, our integrity, our wants, our desires. You know what I mean? What is the point of being in scenarios for... what is the word I'm looking for? For convenience. Why would we be in scenarios that are just the word is on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it out. I'm hearing amicable. Kind of just like peaceful on both sides. It's not necessarily of desire. It's not of passion. It's not of true want. It's just like, okay. What is that for? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Why would you waste your time being somewhere that you don't really want to be? I'm hearing stand up. Something about the 10th could have been significant too. Shuffling for Scorpio, shuffling for Scorpio. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be a fire sign. Shuffling for Scorpio. Yo, when I say the energy is so stuck, and it's okay. It's okay. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. I said it could be heavy on the masculine energy. King of Cups, King of Wands in reverse, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not moving in a way in which you normally would move. The confidence that you would normally have, the effort that you would normally put in, the eagerness that you would normally run in your veins for you to do things for yourself and even possibly do things for others. I feel like you're depleted, you're tired. I'm hearing washed out. But it's just because I feel like you've been building, but almost on your own. It's like building something with someone and you keep building and you're using concrete to put the bricks up one by one and somebody else is doing the same thing, but they're using water and sugar. Okay, well, it's cool and it look cute, but as soon as it rains, they start falling apart and you gotta hurry up and help them put them back together. We supposed to be a team. Shuffling for Scorpio. For some of you, this could be about a connection that you've tried to make work over and over again with someone and it just has not come together. That's also about divine alignment and timing. And there's something about that in your boundary, as well as you're not being as confident in seeing yourself in a certain way as to why you feel like you need to wait for them to come to you, why you feel like you need to wait for something to happen. I'm seeing a metronome go like this. If you think about a metronome, it's all about pace, balance, keeping things on track. Yeah, Tower in reverse and Nine of Swords. It's like trying to avoid something really big and crazy from happening. But by trying to avoid that, you're having a hard time being at peace with yourself, like sleeping well, almost feeling like you're literally, you might be having bad dreams. There might be one person that you feel like right now is really helpful for you. It really gives you some sort of guiding light. But I feel like other than that, most of your thoughts, most of your effort in regards to your thought and what you feel like you can do is being blocked, is more negative at the moment. Which again, and also is okay, we're human beings. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, King of Cups. If you are the male dealing with the female in this scenario, whoever it is that you're dealing with might be very sharp with their tongue. They might be very cunning. Not really getting a lot of emotion here. But whatever this is, again, it's like you've invested so much time, so much energy into this. You might have a child with this person, don't have to. Some of you may. But your emotions are so deeply involved that it's difficult for you to make changes. There's something about this that makes it harder for you to walk away because of what's been invested into it. Could be dealing with this person for 7 years or 7 months. Shuffling for Scorpio. Anything else for Scorpio? Yeah. That's it. You have to be uprooted. We're starting with the same thing we started with again, the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You need to have a very honest conversation. And here we go with a wise bird again, an owl. An owl is like one of the only birds who can turn their head in a 360 motion and see all sides of a scenario. Remove yourself from the situation that you're in. Think of yourself as a friend talking to a friend, and what would you tell them in order for them to get themselves out of the place in which they're sitting in? If you look at his face, he looks extremely emotional, and that's okay. You're in rocky territory. You're in the top of the mountains. It's cold up there. It's windy up there. You need certain gear. You need certain protection. Someone may have also said something to you that was like really just cutthroat. You know what I mean? A scenario could have taken place that just felt very cutthroat. But you're sitting here because it's your truth for you to sit here and recognize something about this scenario for you to be in a better suited situation. Those are blessings. Ace of Pentacles. You have to be uprooted from where you are to be able to give the gift of life. It's literally like when you know what I mean? Like there's roses, there's flowers that are in the ground. The flowers don't always stay in the ground, they're uprooted. Then people pick them and they put them in a bouquet to give them to you as a gift. But you had to put that seed in the ground first. Plant the seed, water the seed, allow the seed to grow, watch it bloom, take care of it, put it in the right sunlight. You know what I mean? Like a lot of restoring, you know what I mean? Starting and ending of cycles in order for new ones to begin in the ways in which are abundant, are beautiful, are blessings from God. Ace of Pentacles is like the biggest gift that you can receive from God Almighty. Out of nowhere. And with this coming out of the ground with these roots here, this is about you uprooting yourself so that you can plant yourself in better, firmer soil, foundation, stronger roots, more sunlight. You're not getting no sunlight. The sun is right here in reverse. The sun is in reverse, and then you have Three of Wands, which is moving forward. It's like, it can't be any clearer. 3 days from now, like I said, 3 days from now, 3 of Wands, 3 days from now, you have to be out of this situation. If you're not, you will realize why you need to be. Top of the deck, King of Cups again. So it's okay to be in love. Love is the most wonderful, transforming, transformative, transcending gift that we have in this world. It is something that heals everything, that solves everything, that allows us to, you know what I mean, radiate as beings, and allows our world to go around. But we have to start with us first. So never super easy, always more difficult than it seems, always harder than it looks. But in taking that step in, you know, having that awareness for self and wanting to take those leaps, you can only fall into more firmer territories because you know what not to do again. You've already had those lessons. You've already passed lessons. God is only going to give you lessons over and over again if you didn't get it the first time. And you will keep repeating them until you do learn it, and then he'll give you a new life. And each time you learn a lesson and the way in which he gave it to you and the way in which you were supposed to receive it, and we all received the same lesson in different ways because we're all different people with different minds, the more he can promote you. And God is always looking to promote, but you have to be in position to be promoted. That means that you have to already be taking the steps, thinking positively, talking to yourself in a wonderful way. You know what I mean? Like having a plan, getting that plan in order, preparing yourself. He can't tell you, okay, like I have a wonderful opportunity for you. You're going to move in 2 days. Like it's going to be at this place, at this address. You have to go at this time. And you're like, okay, cool. Let me pack this stuff. Let me call up so-and-so so they can help me move this. Let me get in shape. You ain't got time. So do what you need to do now. Focus on yourself now. Prepare, heal, groom yourself now so that you can remove yourself out of the scenario in which you're in and be prepared for the next one. There's healing that takes place in everything. You're going to have to heal from this as well. And what I'm saying refers to when you're out of this situation, but even while you're in it and while you're moving through it, everything has a step, has a purpose, and there's a plan. Any last messages for Scorpio? Any last messages for Scorpio? Messages for Scorpio. I'm hearing baby steps are better than no steps. Challenging times in reverse, which means challenging times are over as soon as you, top of the deck, confront the darkness, confront your fears, confront the side of you that you're leaving behind because you just want to stay where you are right now when you're actually supposed to be going through another door. 18 here, the moon. So the moon is about what's hidden. That could be from yourself, what you're not speaking about, or what another person is hiding. But there's too much energy here that is, I'm hearing, below the surface. The moon came out twice. It came out on the other deck as well. So, oh my goodness. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your person. Be honest about your circumstance. Messages for Scorpio. Any last message for Scorpio? Oh, I love that. Just breathe. Just breathe. This is about communication. This is about you, again, confronting and talking to yourself. And the hardest conversation of truth that we can have is the one that we have with ourselves, because it's like once we say it out loud, it's real. Once we tell ourselves we have to move on or this situation is over, we have to get out of here, it's real. And that's okay. Trust me, I know. But everything comes on time and in purposeful planning. So God bless. Take your time, and I will see you next time. Love y'all.